Okay, here we are again. So, today we're playing the original, the Technos classic that kind of kicked off the whole beat-em-up genre in the US, Double Dragon. This game's kind of notorious for a few different things. I'm actually going to be playing on hardest. The primary difference is just that enemies have pretty significantly more health, but there are some other consequences that we'll talk about when they're relevant. So if you've never seen this game before, there's three buttons. There's punch, kick, and jump. And then there's special commands for hitting jump and punch or jump and kick at the same time. And jump and punch in particular gives you the reverse elbow, which the AI is, it's one of the few moves that the AI doesn't really understand how to outrange. There's lots of other stuff you can do, like headbutt, or yeah, there's double tap for headbutt, which can be useful. I don't know, there's a lot of different techniques, but elbow ends up seeing a lot of use. It also conveniently just does a lot of damage. Like, it's in Double Dragon 2, in fact, they didn't actually change any of the properties of how elbow works. It's still, like, extraordinarily good at hitting enemies, but they just made it do essentially no damage, and that fixed the problem immediately. Okay. Not a lot to say here, just kind of going through the motions. Okay. If you're lucky, I found out recently, when they drop the knife like that, if it bounces up against the wall and then, like, falls on them, it will actually hit them, which is very silly. But, yeah. Got our first boss here. Kick barrels and stuff. Yep. Bye, Roper. Bye, Roper. Oops. So here we've got access to pits, which let us do a little bit more creative stuff at least. Whoops. The pit hitbox is a little funky, as you can see by that guy that just kind of like fell through the floor into the pit. Especially when you're doing like the hair pull into shoulder toss, it really tends to do some real funky stuff. Oop. There are ladders in this game that you can climb by holding up. For the most part, that mechanic just serves to make you accidentally get stuck in place. This Linda at the top is a little confused because there's a whip that she can see but can't actually pathfind to. So she's trying. The enemies that come out of this elevator are a little random, and Linda can't be hair pulled, so you can actually kind of like throw the enemies off to the left and make it over into a pit. But Linda can't be hair pulled in spite of having more hair than most of the enemies. I think they just didn't sprite. They didn't sprite her being in the position for hair pull, so you can't do it. Yes, I am playing on hardest, which dramatically increases the enemy HP. Got an extend. There's an extend at the 30,000 and some other point total. I don't remember because I never reach. Now here's another thing this game is rather infamous for, which is lagging a lot when there's too much going on. 4 enemies and 2 objects is just a little bit too much for this poor processor. It's Roper here. Waste a bit of time. This stage is a little bit pressed for time on hardest. Don't want to dawdle too long. Now we start getting to more Williams with knives, and these knives behave very strangely when they start picking them up. Like, Williamses that don't spawn with knives can pick up some other Williamses' knives, but the way the game tracks it is very odd, so you can end up in a situation where Williamses that shouldn't have a knife have extras, or where one who should have one. Yeah, look at that pit hitbox. It's fine. He definitely made it in that hole there. If you do this Abobo exactly right with this elbow positioning, you can get him to fall in the hole too, but it's a little riskier than the shoulder toss, because it's pretty easy to get pinned in there. This jump's pretty famous for eating credits. Pretty reasonable visual cues for it, in my opinion, but it's easy for it to go real wrong. Okay. just fall into the floor right where the knife is. It's fine. It's all fine. Coming up on the Abobos. Like I said, on hardest, especially if you're not throwing enemies into pits, the timer can be a bit strict on this stage. Whoa. Alright, Roper. You can not be hit by that boulder. That's fine. You're the champion. Generally want to try and keep this boulder off screen, just because the way the AI behaves when it has an object that it can try and pick up is kind of strange. These two Abobos, you can knock them off the cliff to the right. It's possible. The way Abobos tends to fall like away from ledges, just like the way they made it work is like that. Here, oh, okay. If we get a little bit lucky and this guy stops attacking, yeah, we can just leave, and these guys... Oh, okay, Roper teleported. That's something that can happen. Jeff also climbed up, which is fine, but ideally, none of these three follow you, and then you just move on. The headbutts, because this game is like ends up lagging so much, it's real easy to just like accidentally get moves you're not inputting. Especially the double tap input. Okay, that's good. No. Here we've got me Bobo, who's green, and also Williams got stuck in a boulder, so that's cute. Once again, there's a cliff off to the right that in theory you can knock the boss off into, but tends to be more effort than it's worth. There we go. All right, so I mentioned earlier I played on hardest, and that has mainly the health consequence. But also, as Technos were masters of programming, it also has the very strange consequence of just turning off the walls in Trap Room. The spears still work, but the walls don't. Could not tell you why that happens. Might be worth looking at memory to find out why, but I'm not going to. Spears, I just walk forward and see if I get lucky. Kind of, oh, we might get tripled. Okay, we made it. A little unfortunate to get killed twice by the spears like that, but what do you do? And we get knifed. There's probably a way to get through the spears consistently by watching their patterns. I just never bothered learning. A lot of times here, instead of holding like directly left or right to move, I'll hold diagonally against the wall. That prevents you from getting headbutts inadvertently. Whew. And on to our final boss. But first we got some more basic guys to fight. One a Bobo, a Williams, and a Roper. Patterns here. Oh, I shouldn't do this. Okay. I shouldn't do that. I want to, though. Okay, we're done trying that. If a Bobo throws you in a very specific way, you can end up on the ledge there, and you can fight Willie up there. It's very risky. Not even just to get killed, like there's a very high chance that you soft lock the game that way. But it is funny. And as we kill these guys, we're gonna get Jeff's, and eventually Willie will come down. believe Willie will come down as soon as I kill one more enemy. I don't like that. Don't like that. Okay. Having trouble hitting two buttons at the same time today, I guess. End up getting jump kick instead of the reverse elbow when you do that. We're on a bit low on time. I mean, well, plenty, but... Okay, we should get one more Jeff, and then Willie will also start making his way down. Yep, there he is. Oh, got an extend. Okay. Well, that's convenient and also makes this endgame a lot safer. And that's that. I didn't start the timer. Hell yeah.
Outstanding.
So yeah, very silly game. The fact that this game is arguably easier to complete on one credit on hardest is always a good time. But yeah. Anyway, be Vendetta next.